Have you ever imagined paying hundreds of dollars to attend one of golf's biggest tournaments, only to be escorted off the course because of a single shout? It sounds unbelievable, but that's exactly the warning coming from the Open Championship ahead of this year's tournament. The R&A has delivered one of its strongest messages to spectators in years, making it crystal clear that anyone who disrupts play, disrespects players, or ignores tournament etiquette could face immediate removal. And while many fans are applauding the decision, others believe golf may be crossing a line that could change the atmosphere of the sport forever. So why is this happening now? What finally pushed golf's oldest major to take such a firm stance? And could this decision reshape every major championship going forward? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this announcement has become one of the biggest stories heading into the Open, and why one mistake from a fan could become the biggest headline of Championship Week. For more than 160 years, the Open Championship has stood for something bigger than golf. It represents history, tradition, respect. Unlike football stadiums packed with constant noise or basketball arenas fueled by non-stop excitement, golf has always operated differently. Silence isn't just appreciated, it's part of the competition, the tension before a player swings, the complete stillness as thousands of fans hold their breath, then the explosion of applause after an incredible shot. That unique rhythm is what has separated golf from almost every other professional sport. For generations, fans understood this without needing reminders. They came to witness greatness, not become part of the show. But over the last few years, something has changed. Not all at once, not because of one isolated incident, but because of a growing trend that tournament officials simply can no longer ignore. And according to many inside the game, it's getting worse. Professional golf has never attracted more attention than it does today. Television audiences continue to grow. Social media has exploded. YouTube highlights generate millions of views. Younger audiences are discovering golf faster than ever before. On paper, that's fantastic news. More fans should mean a brighter future. But with that growth has come an entirely different challenge. Some spectators no longer attend tournaments simply to watch golf. Some arrive hoping to become part of the story themselves. They want their 15 seconds of internet fame. They want their voice heard on national television. They want the viral clip. And unfortunately, some are willing to interrupt competition to get it. Over the past few seasons, professional golf has experienced a noticeable rise in disruptive fan behavior. Players have dealt with random yelling during their backswings. Others have faced heckling while trying to close out tournaments. Some competitors have even been personally insulted while walking between holes. These moments remain rare compared to the millions of respectful fans who attend tournaments every year. But officials aren't worried about the majority. They're worried about the few. Because in golf, one person is enough. One shout, one distraction, one poorly timed joke, one attempt at becoming viral. That single moment can completely change the outcome of a championship. Few players understand this better than Rory McIlroy. Throughout recent seasons, Rory has dealt with spectators shouting comments during competition. Some were simply trying to be funny, others wanted attention. Regardless of the intention, the timing couldn't have been worse. Golf isn't like other sports. Players aren't reacting in real time to defenders or teammates. They're performing an incredibly precise movement that requires total concentration. Even the slightest interruption can affect timing. And when millions of dollars and major championships are on the line, that matters. Windham Clark has also spoken openly about abusive behavior from spectators. Instead of simply cheering great golf, some fans crossed the line. The comments became personal, the distractions became repetitive. Rather than focusing on competition, players suddenly found themselves trying to block out the gallery. That's something golf never wanted. Even Brian Harman's incredible victory at the Open wasn't completely free from crowd controversy. As Harman built his lead during the championship, sections of spectators became increasingly vocal. Most remained respectful. But enough incidents occurred that conversations about fan behavior continued long after the trophy presentation. Individually, none of these stories completely changed golf. Collectively, they sent a message. Something needed to change. Now the organization responsible for golf's oldest major has decided enough is enough. Ahead of the Open Championship, the R&A confirmed that spectator behavior will be monitored more closely than ever. Officials say the tournament's code of conduct will be enforced throughout Championship Week. Fans are expected to respect players, respect officials, respect volunteers, respect fellow spectators. Anyone failing to meet those expectations risks immediate removal from the course. And depending on the severity, Additional consequences could follow. At first glance, that sounds perfectly reasonable. But then one question immediately emerged. Who decides when someone has crossed the line? That's where the debate truly begins. Supporters believe this announcement is long overdue. Critics think it's an overreaction. Both sides make compelling arguments. Those supporting stricter enforcement point to one simple reality. Professional golfers perform one of the most mentally demanding jobs in sports. Every swing requires absolute concentration. Every putt can change careers. One distraction during a backswing can cost someone a major championship. From that perspective, protecting players isn't controversial. It's necessary. Not everyone agrees. Many fans argue golf is evolving. The atmosphere today isn't the same as it was 20 years ago. Younger audiences celebrate differently. Crowds are more energetic. Fans want to show emotion. They don't want tournaments to feel like libraries. Some worry officials could accidentally punish genuine excitement. Imagine someone cheering a spectacular shot just a little too early. Should they really be removed? Where exactly is the line? That's the question nobody seems able to answer. Perhaps the biggest reason this conversation exists isn't crowd noise. It's social media. Years ago, if someone yelled during a swing, only a few thousand people witnessed it. Today, millions can watch it online within minutes. One disruptive spectator can dominate headlines across every sports website. Instead of talking about incredible golf, everyone talks about the interruption. Tournament organizers don't want that. Players certainly don't want that. Fans who paid to watch elite golf don't want that either. Yet it continues happening. This isn't just about stopping hecklers. It's about protecting what makes golf unique. Every sport has its own culture. Baseball has traditions. Tennis has etiquette. Formula One has paddock protocols. Golf's identity has always centered around respect. Respect for opponents. Respect for officials. Respect for the course. Respect for the moment. The R&A clearly believes those values deserve protecting, even if it means making unpopular decisions. That's where things become even more interesting. The Open isn't just another tournament. It's the oldest major championship in golf. Every decision made by the R&A carries enormous influence. If this stricter enforcement proves successful, will the PGA Tour adopt similar policies? Will the US Open increase penalties? Could the PGA Championship follow? What about LIV Golf? There's a very real possibility this week's tournament becomes a blueprint for future championships. And if that happens, golf spectators everywhere may soon experience stricter standards than ever before. Announcements are easy. Enforcement is much harder. Everything now depends on what happens once the tournament begins. If officials quietly remove only the most disruptive individuals, most spectators may never even notice. But imagine a completely different scenario. Picture a fan being escorted away during the final round. Television cameras capture everything. The clip spreads across social media. Suddenly, the story isn't about who leads the Open. It's about tournament security. That's exactly the situation organizers hope to avoid. Ironically, trying to prevent controversy could create even bigger controversy. Whether fans support this decision or hate it, nobody can claim they weren't warned. The R&A has made its expectations absolutely clear. Respect comes first. Respect for players. Respect for fellow spectators. Respect for officials. Respect for volunteers. And above all, respect for one of the greatest championships in sports. When the first tee shot is struck, millions will be watching the players. But they'll also be watching the galleries. Will fans embrace the message? Or will someone ignore the warning and become the biggest story of championship week? We're about to find out. Now we want to hear from you. Do you support the Open Championship's decision to strictly enforce its fan code of conduct? Or do you think golf is becoming too strict and taking the excitement away from spectators? Share your opinion in the comments below, because this debate is only getting started. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest stories from the world of golf. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.